What's going on, Shark Squad? Jake here today at Universal Orlando. We're gonna have a full update of Universal Studios Florida. It's a hot Tuesday afternoon. It's really hot out. It's like almost 6 o'clock, but the sun is just beaming down on me. Our first update is actually outside of the park, so let's check that out real quick. So as you guys can see out here, they're actually having a film shoot going on in the bushes right next to the parking garage. Pretty interesting to see a live film production at Universal Orlando. Looking at the height requirement board at the entrance of the park, Woody Woodpecker's Nut House coaster is still listed on here. The new ticket turnstile structure on the right side of the entrance is open. This is a brand new structure here. And you can see the one on the left-hand side over here, they've actually demolished it as they make way to build a new one that'll look just like this one here. This is an interesting one. As we walk into the park here in Production Central, the first big thing that we see is the Minion Land entrance sign. There it is. It's pretty large. I'm going to point it out just in case you couldn't see it. Up top it says Illumination Avenue, and beneath it says Minion Land, and it's covered in all of these minions. Now this really is going to set the tone nicely for these two sound stages right here that make up their Minion Land, but there it is, the Minion Land marquee that we've been waiting for. These guys are actually pretty big. Looking at the other side here, it looks like they're all coming out of this pothole here. Here's the hole, the lid is open, and it has Gru's logo on it. And they're all climbing out of here. You see they have the ladder coming out, this guy's hopping out. There's a ton of them. They squeezed a lot of minions into this thing. Over here at VillainCon Minion Blast, things are looking pretty similar, but there is a change. Above Universal Studios, you could see where they removed brackets from the building. You see bolts hanging out of the wall now where that bracket was. Now also down here, street level, they've removed all of the cardboard from the posters that are lining the street here. The big story here is definitely Minion Cafe. I mean, look at this thing. It's colorful, it's bright, it's vibrant. This is really coming along. Last time we were here, this cupcake was installed. And now looking next to the cupcake, there's some long pole. I don't know what that pole is and whether it's going to be permanent or not, but that thing is there. And now all of these facades have been painted. Looking back this way towards Transformers, we could see what's going to be the Illumination Theater facade. It's going to be an outdoor meet and greet themed to look like a movie theater. We have what I believe is going to be the popsicle freeze ray pops or something like that, some sort of popsicle store. That's the blue facade. Then next to it we have the Minion Bank, which has lots of details on it. And then that brick facade next to it's going to have some graffiti all over it. And finally to the left of that is going to be the entrance to the cafe. Look at that, the colors really pop, they're vibrant. This is the Bank of Evil per that sign on the door right there. Here you can see a chalk outline for a mural of minions that's about to appear. This should come up over the next few days. Across from the cafe is a snack stand right here in the Music Plaza that they're remodeling. And now the general word on the street is that what they're doing here is adding Coke freestyle machines, and this won't really be Minion themed. It's going to keep that Art Deco Music Plaza look. Finally over here we have the Pop Banana stand, which is going to be a banana flavored popcorn stand. And look at that sign. There's like a minion popping popcorn with a flamethrower, and he's burning the other one. Quite hilarious, really fits that Minion vibe. And once again, you have those bright colors that really pop. They stand out, they're nice and vibrant. So that is a look at Minion Land. And now coming to this Transformers building here is going to be an ginormous illumination sign, but that is yet to appear, but it will be on its way shortly. Over here in New York section of the park, they have one of the fire hydrants open, spraying water. This is actually one of my favorite details that they do here in the summer, because this is something that you see in real life in New York City. So it's that nice little authentic touch, and also adds a great way for kids and adults to cool off. Almost the entire platform from the Cinematic Celebration Fountain Fireworks Show has been removed. There's only a little bit left. But what's crazy is how low the water is. With my polarized sunglasses on, I can actually see the bottom of the lagoon. It's only about 2 or 3 feet deep with where the water is currently at. So we don't know if they're going to rebuild this and put new fountains back in, or go with a new concept. I have my sunglasses up to the camera lens because it's the only way that you can see it. But that concrete structure in the water is actually the outline of the old Amity Island Jaws land here at Universal. The water is so low that you could see it with the polarized glasses, but without them, it's quite difficult to see. The work on the Kid Zone replacement is progressing. Over the fence here, we can see Woody Woodpecker's Nut House coaster. Stripped of its theming, all the signs are gone. Right now, it's still painted red and blue, but that will definitely change in the near future. The entrance to ET is still temporarily closed, and you still enter up the exit. Alrighty, this is the biggest recent addition to Universal Studios Florida, the Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Tribute Store. Now, this tribute store is based off the making of Jurassic Park. It's a behind-the-scenes look, which is an awesome callback to the early days of Universal Studios Florida, where you get to go behind the scenes of the movies. We're venturing into the pre-production offices, Los Angeles, August 1991. This place is incredible. It's much better looking than the Mardi Gras tribute store that was in here just a few months ago. They have this whole place highly themed, and right now we're in the pre-production office. They have all of this awesome making of Jurassic Park information all over the walls. Here's the T-Rex fabrication department.
Creation of the sculpture of the full-size T-Rex from the first Jurassic Park.
There, a little bit more this way. Good, okay, go back the other way.
Here's
This merchandise right here is pretty cool. This is actually from that UNVRSL trendy store at CityWalk at Universal Studios Hollywood. Cool that they've imported some of this merchandise over here to Orlando. Here they have a little bit behind the scenes of the tour cars, the tour vehicles. Crazy cool. And you know, at Islands of Adventure, they actually have one of the original Jeeps that was used in the film in the Jurassic Park section. What I love about this, it has that edutainment aspect, kind of like old school Epcot and definitely old school Universal. It's educational, but it's fun. Here you learn about these styles of animations and how they originally were going to use stop motion for Jurassic Park before they used CGI. Now here you can see a little diorama of what some stop motion animation for Jurassic Park would have looked like. Now this is a really cool picture, and I want to know the history behind it. Here you have 2 tour vehicles and 4 Jurassic Park Jeeps lined up, parked outside at Universal Studios Florida, which is quite interesting, because why would have they ever had all these vehicles here at Universal Studios Florida? That's the Poseidon's Fury building, and here's the Universal sound stages. And now this has to be in the 2000s, because in the 90s, these sound stages were painted gray. So if anybody knows the story behind this picture, let us know. They have plenty of awesome 30th anniversary specific merchandise, like this sign right here. It's 3D too. Look at this, they have the kitchen scene recreated with one of the raptors right here. Outside of the store here, they have the actual sick Triceratops that was used in the film. This used to be here at Universal Orlando back in the 90s, and then they donated it to the Give Kids the World Village, and now it's back here on a temporary loan. But this thing is crazy cool. It is massive. It's ginormous. I just love all of the authentic movie memorabilia that they have in the park with this 30th anniversary tribute store. Hopefully in the future they continue to add some more behind the scenes looks at films, because that's really what sets Universal apart and makes it different than just any other theme park. So I've just left the park, and now it's time to do a lap around Universal CityWalk Orlando. CityWalk is less than 1 year away from its 25th anniversary. Now there's still a few amount of opening day CityWalk attractions and restaurants, and one of those is Hard Rock Cafe right here. Margaritaville was also here on opening day of Universal CityWalk, including the Lone Palm Airport, which is an awesome margarita bar. The fountains on the left-hand side as you head up to the CityWalk Promenade are still closed for refurbishment, but these people are having a wonderful game of cornhole out here. They have a piano player here outside of Pat O'Brien's as they get ready for dinner service tonight. Pat O'Brien's is also an opening day CityWalk restaurant and bar, featuring the iconic dueling piano bar. Directly next door to Pat O'Brien's is Bob Marley, A Tribute to Freedom, which is also an opening day CityWalk restaurant, bar, and nightclub that's been here since 1999. That's going to conclude our trip around Universal Orlando today. We got to look at Universal Studios Florida and CityWalk. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you here next time.